guys are having a fantastic day as always. We're back today. I didn't really have much to do today, so I'm just gonna make a quick video, kind of update you guys. I'm gonna do a quick review on how this clutch has treated me. When I first put it in the car, I was very hesitant and skeptical. I probably told you guys before that it's a stage 3 6-puck unsprung clutch. It kind of sucks. Not the best for daily driving and comfort, but let's go for a drive real quick and I'll let you guys know what I think about it, pros, cons, all that good stuff, and we'll go from there. So let's go for a drive. So while we're still in the neighborhood going kind of slow, I'll show you guys what it's like taking off. And of course, I've gotten kind of used to it, and while I'm on camera, I'm sure I'll be a little bit more paranoid and probably drive a little bit differently. So hopefully everything shows through the way it normally would when I'm regularly driving. But this clutch is pretty rough. If I don't give it a good amount of RPM, like at least like 2,500, the clutch chatters really hard and kind of like vibrates the whole car. And it doesn't help that my car is, what, 15, 16 years old now? So it just sounds like the whole thing's falling apart. It is a stage 3 though, so you can only expect so much. But the reason it does all that is because it has no springs. It's unsprung. If you guys are familiar with clutches, you'll know that unsprung just, it absorbs less of the vibration and chatter when you take off. But overall, I mean, it's a pretty nice clutch considering it's a stage 3. It's going to handle all the power that I'm going to throw at it. Sometimes it's a little rough to drive, so it might not last as long as, say, your regular sprung clutch, but it's going to handle anything I throw at it, so I'm pretty happy with it. Obviously there are other things I wish I would have rather gone with, because I'm only going to be pushing about 400 horsepower, and I think probably like a sprung XD stage 2 would have probably worked just fine, but I let the guy who sold it to me convince me otherwise, that I needed this. So there's that. But we'll drive around a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see, hopefully you guys can hear me over the car, but hopefully you guys will be able to see kind of what it's like. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear it, but let's try. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's my transmission grinding when I let off the gas and I'm cruising like down a hill or something. And I can't help but think that maybe, even though it's a built 5-speed, I can't help but think that maybe this really aggressive clutch kind of maybe prematurely wore it out, especially because I was learning how to drive a stage 3 clutch from stock WRX clutch, and I'm worried that it might have kind of prematurely wore down my transmission. But I don't know, I guess that means 6-speed swap, right guys? So guys, I've been driving on this clutch for just about 1,500 miles now. I'll be done with break-in like 30 miles or so, and that'll be exactly 1,500. And then I can really romp on this clutch, give it, you know, 3,000, 3,500 RPM, and then just drop it, and it should hold up. The transmission, on the other hand, is the other question. But I've been driving on this for about, I got the car running in July-ish, so it'd be about 6 or 7 months. I know it's not right that it's taken me this long to put 1,500 break-in miles on, but I've just had a lot of other problems with the car, a lot of other things going on, so I haven't really been able to just constantly drive it. Plus, I only work like 5 minutes away, so I don't get a lot of miles every day. But anyways, overall, so far, I'm pretty happy with it. Obviously, it has its cons. It's pretty rough. It's pretty aggressive. When I take off, it's sometimes not the most comfortable thing. It's a little embarrassing when I have new people in the car and they just think that I don't know how to drive a manual. But it's very aggressive, and I think once I'm done with break-in and I'm able to push it, it'll be a lot better. I don't know if you guys could see that chatter just then, but obviously, even when you do take off correctly, it still chatters pretty heavily. So other than that, I mean, there's not really, I don't really have any issues with it. It's not a hard pedal. The pressure plate is, you know, pretty good quality. What else? I mean, overall, it's pretty fun to drive. It's not hard to shift. Not really hard to take off, just a little chattery. So if you guys are looking into a stage 3 clutch, I would recommend trying to find something that has springs in it if you can, which I know they make them. I know they make sprung clutches that can handle a lot of power, but I don't know, this is just what I ended up with. I didn't want to pull the engine again just to swap in a different clutch. So I'm gonna run this one until it, you know, craps the bed on me or starts slipping or just completely goes out. And then I'm probably gonna go for an XD stage 2 with springs, and we'll see how that one goes. But for now, I mean, I'm okay with this one. You know, it's not a big deal. It was a good price, and it's gonna handle whatever power I throw at it. Once I'm done with break-in, I'll be able to run a dyno number for you guys and let you guys know, you know, what I'm pushing and what this is actually handling. But I don't know. For now, we're just gonna send it. So I'll drive around a little bit more, kind of show you guys what it's like. Maybe do a few pulls, just baby pulls, because I'm still at the end of my break-in, and I'm not really tuned at the boost that I want to be. But that's a different story. I'll make a entire video on dyno numbers, my tune, what boost I'm running, stuff like that. I'll make at a different time. But for now, this is just my review on the stage 3 clutch. So I hope you guys found this helpful or informative if you're looking into buying one of these. If you're running a really high horsepower car, I would recommend just skipping the 6-puck and going to a double disc or a dual disc or whatever they call it, and just kind of, you know, just push it from there. But for my application, I think this is moderate, but you know, it could be worse. So I'll drive around a little bit more and show you guys what it's about, and other than that, I think we're good to go. So stick around and we'll do some fun stuff. Might be time for a car wash real quick, boys. After that little road trip, she's a little filthy. Need to fix that ASAP. Whole nother thing's coming for the front though. Stick around for that. That'll be fun. Maybe a car wash in a little bit though. traffic, this clutch probably isn't for you. But another thing I was going to mention is unless you rev match just right, this also, when shifting, chatters pretty hard. So if you guys want like a tips and tricks video on how to drive a 6-puck or unsprung clutch, definitely let me know down in the comments, and I'd be more than happy to make a video on my personal tips and tricks on driving this clutch, so that when you guys get one, if you do, you'll have a little bit of knowledge going into it and you won't ruin your clutch or, you know, vibrate your teeth out of your skull. So if you guys want to see something like that, definitely let me know down in the comments below. I think we're going to do one more pull for you guys and then we'll call it a day. So let me know what you guys think of the clutch so far in the video. Let me know if you guys plan on buying a clutch like this. If you do, I'd be interested to know what brand you guys are going to go with. And then obviously like the video, share it with your friends to show them my suffering. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it. Any kind of comment you want to leave, totally cool with me. I love seeing y'all's feedback. And then other than that, boys, I think we're just going to call it a day. Stick around, we'll do one more pull, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.